Hello there, my name is the Flying Rodent, and this is my Let's Play of Skyrim on Legendary difficulty, and we officially are wearing armor now. We have entered the late game, we've made ourselves our first selection of late game crafted items, which includes the following sets. We have the Hellfire set, as you can see here, which focuses on destruction and restoration and conjuration. So basically focuses on the ability to cast spells and shoot arrows from the back of battle while summoning things and healing yourself, which is essentially a mirror of our playstyle up until now. So this armor set mirrors the playstyle that we've been using pretty much up until this point. As well as this, if you come down here, we have 3 more of these items. The armor, helmet, and necklace can be replaced to make the helper set, and the helper set focuses on illusion and restoration in the event that instead of dealing damage from the backline, we wish to instead cast crowd control spells and heal ourselves or our follower. So that is what the Helper armor set achieves. And then finally we have the Hitman set, which is essentially the glass cannon set that focuses solely on doing physical damage with bows and one-handed weapons, with a little bit of extra lockpicking and sneak ability thrown in for good measure. If I can find the helmet, there we go. Yes, lockpicking and sneak on the boots. So yeah, these sets are all intended to be carried around and worn, well, carried around simultaneously and then switched out when needed, because as you've noticed, they don't weigh very much. The armor is 4 pounds, and then the boots, gauntlets, and helmet weigh 1 pound each. So this entire collection of armor, plus the jewelry, I guess, weighs a total of about 8 pounds, which is next to nothing. And then you can switch it out with other item sets that also don't weigh very much, that also share items. So together, this collection of items, taking up, almost one entire screen worth of apparel, item listings, weighs around about 20 pounds. So yeah, that's why we decide to use elven armor, because it weighs next to nothing. So the consequence of this, of course, is that your inventory is a little bit messy, and you have to get used to the idea of opening your inventory up and switching between items. But the trade-off is this is basically, your all-rounder armor set. So if you don't want to switch out between armor sets a lot in battle, you can pretty much just stick to using this, and it accomplishes the stuff that we've already been doing. But if you want to specialize into, say, a support role or a purely, assassination physical damage role, you can switch out some or most of your items in your item sets and switch between these 3 item sets to accomplish what you want. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head down into Raven Rock Mine to test out the effectiveness of our new items. So why Raven Rock Mine? Well, apart from Glover Mallory complaining that he needs his pickaxe back, this old man has got a little job for us to do.
Who in the blazes are you? Can't you see I'm busy? Why should I tell you? I don't even know who you are. Maybe. Been difficult trusting people lately. They think I'm crazy. But mark my words, these mines hold a secret that could put Raven Rock back on the map. A secret the East Empire Company swept under the rug 2 centuries ago. It killed my great-grandfather and left Raven Rock with a worthless and tainted mine. Gratian Kyrelius. He spent his entire life exploring ancient ruins across Tamriel, and he died in these very mines almost 200 years ago. The East Empire Company called it a terrible accident, claiming that he was lost in a rockfall, but I know better. My wife and I were cleaning out our home, and we came across some of my great-grandfather's things locked in an old chest. I found an unsent letter he'd written to the East Empire Company, and a key. It describes a discovery that was made in the mine by some of the diggers. They wanted Gratian to take a closer look. The East Empire Company must have felt it was of great value, as as they lock that section of the mine off from everyone else. It is. Well, I assume it is. I haven't been able to find the entrance. Finally, someone who believes me. I'm telling you, there's something big down there. Something that the East Empire Company wanted to hide from everyone. Look, my wife nags that I'm too old to go traipsing around these mines chasing my story. Time's my enemy. It's caught up with me before I could find the answers that I'm looking for. I do. I want to know what happened to Gratian, and what the East Empire Company's keeping from all of us. Gratian kept a journal of notes about his discoveries. If you can find his remains, I'm hoping it will help. Here's everything I have. The letter, the key. Please, do this for me, so I can finally regain the respect that I've lost.
Alright, so... oh yeah, you can talk to him about
Try the
the
lower section. The damn fool doesn't even deserve to have it. The pickaxe was made for mining, not selling. I'll bet he stole it from the Skull in the first place. Now you're finally talking some sense. A mining tool belongs in a mining family. Just tell him I lost it or something. Be careful down there. The mine can be treacherous.
Alright, so yeah. We will start off with our little Hellfire set. So the Hellfire set is the set that you use to actually... I wonder if I can buy some... Yeah, you know what? We're gonna use the Hellfire set, but we're also gonna use it in conjunction with the ring, so that we have a destruction spell that we can potentially cast. So yeah. But if I unequip that ring, then I lose conjuration. So yes, one detriment, unfortunately, to using this set. Is that your magicka does not regenerate as quickly. It does base all of its strengths upon not using much magicka to cast things. But yeah, if you don't need magicka to cast things, then that's not a problem, right? So yeah, this is the Ignite spell. As you can see, it stacks with itself, and you can just keep stacking it on targets over and over and over, which is what we're going to do, because we're just sort of mucking around with it at this point, which is something we can now do. We can muck around with destruction spells because they cost nothing to cast. This is like a damage over time spell, so it doesn't really do much damage, but it stacks up, as you can see. And as you can also see, we can now survive a hit from a spider, alright. Maybe we can put this spell on 6. Why not? 6 is our go-to muck around spell. Whoop. Yeah, there's gas in the air here, I forgot about that. So if you shoot fire spells around here, then the gas goes off. Oops. So yeah, so up until this point we've had no experience using destruction outside of flames, but now that we have this, we can in theory use destruction spells at no cost. So that's what we are doing, because it's good fun. Oops. We'll just summon you guys again. Now this again is a bit expensive because we're using the Ring of Arcana. And there are some Death Lords around here, yes. But we can take a bit of punishment now, so it doesn't matter. I don't really want to burn Lydia though. If I can avoid it. Oops. as you can see, Lydia does quite a bit of damage. With a little sword now when she decides to hit things. At the moment she's blocking. So yeah, destruction as a skill increases really freaking slowly, as you guys can see. Oops. Which is why I don't really use it that much. So let's just leave Ignite alone for the moment. It might go up a bit quicker if we use something like Lightning Bolt or something. But what will definitely go up quite quickly is Archery, because we do quite a bit more damage now. And we can kind of almost strut through here pretty carefree at this stage. Don't have to be too finicky about getting hit anymore. Another thing we can do, though, we can have a go of that in a sec, is we have, oops, just accidentally hit my Dremora, who was about to run out anyway. One thing we can do, actually, is we can use some one-hand weapons too, so let's give that a go. We have a mace and we have 2 daggers. So the point behind the 2 daggers is if we want to take the Assassin's Blade perk and we want to dual wield sneak attack something with daggers, we have that option. And the other option we have is that we can smack things with a mace. Now the highest DPS possible in the game, has this been fixed by the way? No, it hasn't. So Fortify one-handed enchantments unfortunately don't affect daggers, unless you have a patched version of the game. So yeah, now we can use one-handed if we want. I would rather not get pinned against a wall though. So we're just going to have some fun with one-handed skill, because we can now. If we bother to make some vegetable soup, then we can sit here and infinitely power attack forever. We haven't bothered to do that. We're getting hurt. So what we can do now, if we wanted to, is we can switch ourselves to our helper set, rather. So if we say we have all this crap on, and we switch to our helper set, then we can heal ourselves, and it costs absolutely no magicka whatsoever. So what I should do actually is also get my hands on closed wounds, because now that I can heal myself at no cost, that might be a good idea to get a better healing spell. And also, yeah, so this is the Hitman set. This has 4 Fortify Archery and 4 Fortify one-handed enchantments on it. So with this set on, we do about 700 damage, which is about, 5 times as much as we did with the bound bow, rather than a mere 2.5 times as much as we did with the bound bow. So basically the difference between the Hitman set and the Hellfire set is around about double damage with your bow. The trade-off is that technically we cannot use our weapon at 0 charge with the Hitman set on. So if you are using your bow with the Hitman set, you will slowly drain charge with your bow, which I guess we can now recharge with things like soul gems, given that we're not really going to be using them to make enchanted daggers anymore, because we can just make potions for 5,000 or 6,000 a pop if we absolutely want to, and that will be fine as well. Yeah, money is not an issue anymore. This is where this game comes a little bit more like Morrowind, where things aren't quite as dangerous. That was a little bit careless though. Things aren't quite as dangerous, it can be a bit more carefree. Alright. So what we might do, just to get our Dremora back actually, because now we have no magicka, we'll just do this. And summon them back. Apparently we're in combat with something. I don't know where. Maybe we just ran past an enemy and completely ignored them. This is a distinct possibility. Or they're in a doorway and we just can't hear us. So yeah, let's just summon these folk again. Yeah, that's more likely the answer. Alright, so this room has lots of Deathlord archers in it. If you came in here without crafted equipment, they hit you with like the max level, that version of the Fuzradar shout, and then they can pin you against the wall and stun lock you and kill you. But thankfully we've got friends here, so they're gonna switch targets as our friends run after them. But yeah, max level Draugr Deathlord archers can stun lock us, particularly if there's a pack of them. Will stun lock you against a wall and then just like kill you when you're trying to get up and recover from progressive Fuzradar shouts. It's good fun. Thankfully that won't be a problem for us, and we can safely plonk away from back here. We might actually just put the Hitman set on. Just to deal max physical damage to these guys once they stop moving, like that. Yeah. Also, Lydia kicks ass with her new sword too. Now we can kill Draugr Deathlord archers in about 10 hits as opposed to 40. So, yeah. Yeah, Draugr Deathlord still hurt though, just saying. So it just took half damage, despite the fact that I've got 60% damage reduction on. I did mention that archers could one-shot you earlier on, and so that archer did about, 260 damage, despite the fact that I was absorbing half of it. So it was going to be doing about over 500 damage an arrow. Yeah, but thankfully we haven't come across any of these types of baddies before making our swanky crafted item set. So we haven't had to worry about that. We should pick up arrows now, because we are actually using real arrows now. We're not using imaginary Daedric ones, so we'll probably have to pay a little bit more attention. Not too much more attention, but a little bit more attention to the amount of arrows we have sitting in our inventory. And you can always buy arrows or make them using wood and other things. And you don't really need particularly interesting arrows. You just need arrows, because 98 to 99% of the damage that you're going to be doing from archery is coming directly from your bow. I don't understand why I'm failing at this lock so much. It's down here. There we go. It's actually further down. Oops. Alright, so yeah, with the Hitman set, unfortunately you can't really summon Dremora as well. You do still have enough magicka to summon to it. So if that's all you wanted to do, it's fine. This is a trap. Rather, this is something I guess to shoot this when I can actually aim properly. There we go. Sweet. Alternatively, you can just brave the trap. But if you just shoot it ahead of time, then it's easy as pie. Alright. Moving on. Ah, this is a chest. It's not the way through. What's in the chest? Sure. We will loot the chest. That opens up here. Alright. Nope. Nope. Sure. 10 arrows. Yay. Alright, where to go next? Ah, through there. How do we get through there? I'm missing something obvious here. What am I missing? Ah, that. That's what I'm missing. It's obvious. Thank you. Oh, it's just more loot. Where do I go? I don't remember this place being that difficult to navigate, surely. Oh, right. Okay, there you go. There's a side bit. Of course, there's a side bit. Ah, and then we end out here. Okay, this makes more sense. Alright. Okay, so this is the secret that was left buried under the Raven Rock mine for a couple of centuries, and here is old Great Granddaddy. And he found a journal and a cool looking blade, and he, I guess, was in the process of trying to figure out what all of this was. So let us read the journal, shall we? So this is the letter where he messages the Imperial Legion and suggests that we require some help with the situation at Raven Rock. It appears the miners have stumbled upon some ruins underneath the surface, and we need some extra expertise to have a look. And let me know if you have any progress. That was when General Redulus Thandarian messaged the East Empire Company, which is in no way reminiscent of the Dutch East Empire Company of the of the 18th century. But then he had a journal where he received a letter saying that some of the miners broke into the shafts, and then so this is someone sent him a letter, and he has come up to help. And he's arrived in Raven Rock to check out the mine with the help of Millis, who was one of the dead miners back there. Looks like the miners break through the wall of an old Nordic barrow. I've seen this sort of thing in Skyrim before. The damn Nords have barrows dotted around the landscape, and almost none of them have been marked on any maps. Looks like this barrow belonged to something called the Bloodskull clan. And he is going to take looks at some markings. And he said that they could see the massive chamber, and they explored the large chamber beyond the drop-off, and they found the strangest weapon that they'd ever laid their eyes upon, called the Bloodskull blade, which is what you've just picked up. And he decided not to remove the Bloodskull blade from his pedestal, and then they decided to remove the blade from the Bloodskull pedestal, and then all the Draugr woke up. And then they got trapped, and then they slowly died. But they figured out how it worked. So how did it work? He's fairly certain that the blood markings on the door are involved with something to do with the blade. When he swung the weapon, he noticed a ribbon of mystical energy that was emanated from it, and by swinging the sword in different directions, it is possible to manipulate this to solve whatever puzzle the door represents. And then he ran out of strength, and then he eventually died. So yeah, what is the puzzle? So if you hold onto the Bloodskull blade, like so, Bloodskull blade is this cool little two-handed weapon. And as you do power attacks with it, you can see it shoots little bolts of energy out. If you're doing a straight forward power attack it shoots a vertical bolt of energy out, and if you do a horizontal power attack like that, it shoots a horizontal beam out. So basically, what we need to do is we need to perform the right type of power attack to correspond to the right type of line on the wall. So we have two horizontal lines, which means two horizontal power attacks. 1, 2, 1, and you don't have to hit the line exactly, you just kind of have to hit near it. It would be rather mean if they made you try and line up the pattern exactly with the thing on the wall. Oh, sorry Lydia. Whoop. Maybe get out of the way, Lydia. And then finally we have... Alright, and the barrow is open. Okay, so this is a bit of a funny puzzle. It's not really a puzzle, it's just like the most amount of axe traps in one spot that you've ever seen. And you can get through it, but Lydia's going to struggle a bit. Because as you see, she just kind of stands in front of the traps and continually takes damage. Like that. till she eventually dies and falls over. So hopefully she doesn't die to this trap here. I'm just gonna save here. Oh, she made it through. Sweet. Once we get this nice improved follower armor, her health regeneration should go up a lot quicker than it is currently. Cool. Alright. No. Come on. Lydia versus the axe traps. Alright, one more. Yeah, and there's unfortunately no way to run to the end and turn them off. Yeah, you literally, the only option you have is to just do it like we did then. Alright, and we have made it to the final chamber where there is a dragon priest, so let's just summon... Oh, that's a bit annoying. I guess you can't summon them both simultaneously. You can summon one and then wait a bit and then summon another one. Hi. Alright, and Zakrisos is basically a shock version of Azadal. Except instead of a shock spell, he has lightning storm like that, which lags my computer to no end. So I kind of wish he'd stop, so I can actually get a shot at him. Anyway, let's just shoot his little pet first, so that that's not an issue. Do we have the hitman set on? Yes, we do. So we are doing max physical damage at the cost of magical resistance at the moment. So with any luck, he stops because he gets pinned against a wall, and we can actually take some decent shots at him, because at the moment he's kind of just doing parkour all over the ruin, and he's a bit of a bitch to hit with his frame rate. Alright. Ow. Alright, what we might do, we might actually play it safe, and we will switch back to our Hellfire set. And now that we've got this, we can summon stuff a bit easier. We can also heal ourselves a little bit easier, because this is the all-rounder set. And then we can just start taking pot shots at him. Hey, and finally got stuck a bit. Yeah, this chamber is exceptionally annoying to fight a Dragon Priest in, because Dragon Priests hover and you don't. So he just kind of hovers all over the water and all over the walls, and you kind of just have to chase him around while he laughs at you and kites you with his lag-inducing lightning storm spell. But we are getting some headway now. Oh, there's some barnacles under the water as well, so let's just pick them up, I think. No, maybe not. Alright, where's he gone? There he is. Alright. Alright, bye. Alright, and he has Zakrisos, which is the shock version of Azadal and Dukal. Alright. And here endeth the Raven Rock Ruin. Alright, and then there's a word over here on the word wall. which is for strength, dragon aspect. Yeah, I should really check out what all the Dragonborn shouts do. I've never really used any of them. Guess I can just read it now, can't I? Technically that's a thing I could do. What does it do, game? So, dragon aspect. Take on the aspect of a mighty dragon, dealing colossal blows with an armoured hide and more powerful shouts. Now, the fact that that's only got a recharge of 5, and the fact that it says once per day, makes me think that you probably need all 3 of those shouts in order for it to do something. What does Cyclone do? Cyclone creates a whirling cyclone that sows chaos amongst your enemies. So maybe this just like summons a little mini storm that throws enemies up in the air or something. That could be quite interesting. Maybe we can. We do have 5 dragon souls. We can get rid of that. What we should do though is we should unlock this. Let's definitely unlock that now that we're using one-handed spells, because that speeds up the rate at which you can hit things, and that's especially funny if you use that in conjunction with elemental soup. Elemental soup, vegetable soup, and the last thing we have is this old chestnut. Hey. The Winds of Change.
Not again.
Yeah, this black book isn't as dark, thankfully. Everything's a little bit lighter, which is nice. Instead, you got this cool. Thanks, Tentacle. You got this cool cool effect going on up there, and these tentacles that seem really keen on hitting me. Oh, hi. Let's see if we can do the whole gate without summoning Vegas and Fire, for a change. That might keep things interesting. See if we can do it without hiding behind some meat shields. So you use the scries to open the doors. Now where's that little seeker gone? There he is. Hi. Whoop. There should be at least one lurker in here. There's usually, I think there's usually at least one of each. Yeah, there we go. Pop out of here. And it's a Vindicator. Alright, this is going to be interesting to fight on our own. Let's save. And we'll see how we go taking on a Lurker Vindicator without the help of friends. Ow. But yeah, we can survive that now. And we just gained, I think, about... Yeah, we gained quite a bit of skill just from surviving the hit. It's kind of funny. Yeah, definitely not enough to tank one of these just yet. Yeah, we're just casually getting a light armor point every time they hit us. What we might do, actually, if we can get it to 30... Ow. You know what? Let's just take the points now, shall we? So we go over to light armor, which is increasing because we eventually want to get to unhindered, and we're just sort of casually getting 1 light armor point every time this guy slaps us. So, which is something I wanted to show later on, but I was hoping not to do it with a lurker. I'd rather do it with a giant. They're a bit easier to control than lurkers. But yeah, if we can get it to 30 without dying. There we go. Ow. One more. There we go, that'll do. And then we can get custom fit, which means that if we are wearing head, chest, hands and feet of all light armor, we get a 25% light armor bonus. And if we combine that with our current light armor, we have breached the armor cap. So you need 567 armor with your armor to breach the armor cap, because there's a hidden 25 bonus that comes with each thing. You need... Sorry, I'm just trying to do multiple things at the same time, and also considering how best to fight this thing whilst trying to explain a concept to us, and maybe we shouldn't do that. So yeah, what am I trying to say? The max armor cap for this game is 667, and we don't run in that pit, otherwise we take a lot of damage. Yeah, the max armor cap for this game is 667. If you're wearing... I wonder if you can just, like, stuff it up by... Where's the scry gone? Oh, that's the scry. Okay. Can I, like, box it in somehow? Oh, there we go, he's stuck. Really? Look at his face. Wee, he's a big fish. Fishman! Alright, let's take it a bit more seriously now. So yeah, if you have 4 pieces of armor on, then the armor cap is technically 567, because you get 25 hidden armor rating added for each armor item that you put on. And of course, in typical Bethesda style, we are going to kill the boss monster by getting it stuck in a doorway and then taking shots at it with a bow. I can't think of a more Bethesda way to finish this particular level, so let's just enjoy the moment, shall we? We haven't tried to abuse this too much up until this point, but got to include this in at least one of our Let's Play videos, eh? Goodbye. The old taking shots from the doorway kill. Alright, and with that, we finish the gate. Yeah. Where's the black book? Oh, it's not here, is it? I've got to go up there to get the black book. So we haven't completely finished the gate, because we've got to activate that thing. And then we've got to activate this thing. And then we get this cool little staircase. Whee! Staircase. Alright. And then we get this. And there's not really anything interesting there that we want, and so we get the Winds of Change. I can't actually remember what this black book power is. It wasn't really significant enough for me to commit it to memory. But hey, let's have a look. So we have it's this one. You have Scholar's Insight, Companion's Insight, and Lover's Insight. So I mentioned very early on in the video when we did the College of Winterhold quest that there is a black book power that means if you read skill books, you gain an extra skill point. So in theory, if you wanted to, meta game using skill books, you could wait until you get this particular black book and then go and read a bunch of books that you saved. So that's something we can do. Another thing is that if you do this, then all of your attacks, shouts, and destruction spells do no damage to followers. I think personally this is the most useful on legendary difficulty if you plan on using a follower, because you're going to start doing quite a lot of damage with your arrows and spells if you decide to start spamming them. And then finally, you got this one called Lover's Insight, which means that you do 10% damage to the opposite sex and have 10% better prices to people with the opposite sex. Given that we are male, most of these, and given that we are male, this will only affect female enemies and female merchants. And I think statistically there are more males than females in Skyrim. Prove me wrong. Probably I will get proved wrong somewhere down the line, but I'm pretty sure the majority of enemies in Skyrim are male. So I'm going to leave that as is, and I won't bother getting that. And I think we'll stick with... How about we just get scholars inside for now? And then we can do the skill book thing when we come across some skill books. Alright, then out we go. Alright, okay. And that's that black book. Let's head out. So yeah, that was a fun little test to do with our crafted item sets. As you can see, it's a lot easier once you get to the late game and you have all of your item sets. And we haven't even really maxed many of our skills yet. Our best skill is archery, so obviously we can still do considerably well with archery, but we haven't done anything like, you know, max out on one-handed skill or anything yet, and we could very easily do that if we wanted. We're just gonna do this. Tank damage in front of this thing while taking shots at it. Maybe we could go to Hitman mode and we could hit things. And maybe use Elemental Fury, because that sounds fun. Elemental Fury, so what does Elemental Fury do? This is the reason why we didn't bother to enchant these weapons, by the way. So Elemental Fury increases the attack speed if you're using one-handed weapons. It's especially useful when you combine it. Whoop, that was good. It's especially good if you combine it with vegetable soup, because then you can just perform infinite power attacks while the soup's running. But we don't have that luxury, which is why this is about the time in the guide where we start taking fatigue. So at least it's fatigue, where we start taking stamina, so that if you just do decide to go one-handed and you don't want to rely on vegetable soup cheese, you can pull off, you know, 3 or 4 power attacks as opposed to 1 while dual wielding. So I can do a bit of damage, you know. It's not insignificant. Whee! So yeah, just as a reminder, we have no perks in one-handed at the moment. We're just purely using our newfound weapons that we can deal quite a bit of damage with. Alright, now we go. And yeah, why do we use a mace and a dagger? Because if you're just doing dual wield power attacks, the speed of a dual wield power attack is purely dependent on your offhand weapon, and your dagger is the fastest weapon. So that's another reason why we use a mace and a dagger. In theory, if one-handed... Maybe we shouldn't be as careless here, actually. In theory, if we... I'm forgetting what to say. In theory, if... Anyway, I'm just going to shut up and shoot things, and then I'll hopefully remember the point that I was trying to make once everything's dead. Yeah, sorry. In theory, if the game was patched and we made it so that daggers could be enhanced by Fortify one-handed enchantments, then it would be even more useful than it is now. And because we haven't done that, there's an argument that could be made that we should be using some other offhand weapon that isn't a dagger. But for the moment, we've just... I think a mace and 2 daggers is a nice enough compromise for the moment. Could argue 2 swords is slightly higher DPS for dual wielding, if you're not using vegetable soup cheese. But we don't really care. Alright, there's one more up there who I assume Lydia is fighting. No, Lydia's down here, wondering who the hell that is. Where are you? Are you at the top or the bottom? I'm assuming we'll run into this guy eventually. Are they up here? They must be down the bottom. They're not here. I don't know. Yeah, they are down the bottom. Of course they are. Alright. Stand still. There we go. Cool. Alright. Here endeth the skirmish. Alright, so that was hopefully a good demonstration of our recommended item sets. The next thing that we need to do, of course, is to make all our optional ones, and then I think we will have hopefully effectively demonstrated everything that we need to with this build. So in order to do that, we will need to collect more fortifying enchanting ingredients. So we are going to spend a little bit of time at the end of this playthrough going back to the alchemy merchants on the mainland and collecting some stuff for fortifying enchanting potions. So sorry about that, to make it a little bit boring and a bit more of a shopkeeper simulator for a bit. Maybe we'll end the video by going and slaying another dragon and showing how fast we can now kill dragons with our cool item set. That's assuming none show up here. Alright, none showed up. Alright. So we will begin our alchemy travelling salesman route at Dawnstar. And knowing our luck, the freaking shop will be shut because the old lady never opens her place up. And we also need Fortify Health, Regen, and Fortify Stamina, so we should keep an eye out for that.
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Nope. You can have a potion though.
Come back if you need steel.
Whee. Yep, freaking locked. Lazy old lady. Next.
Jürgen and I don't get many customers, but take a look.
Hag Ravenclaw, that's Fortify Enchanting, so that's encouraging. As are Snowberries, but I'm pretty sure we had heaps of Snowberries from last time, so the main things we're looking for are... Let's check our guide. I think Hag Ravenclaw, Blue Butterfly Wing, and what else? Drumroll. Hag Ravenclaw, Blue Butterfly Wing, and Spriggan Sap. That's what we're mainly looking for. Alright. And in return, you can have some funky potions. How about that funky potion? Alright, next.
Time.
Alright, another thing you can do at this point is, if you wanted to, now that we've got speech to 70, is if you wanted to make even more money, not that you really need to make any more money at this stage of the game, but if you wanted to make even more money, you could collect these sorts of perks. So you've got the investor perk, so basically what you do is you then go and talk to any shopkeeper and then give them 500 gold, and they will permanently have 500 extra gold to buy and sell items with. So that means that all of the shops that you visit will have 500 extra gold to sell stuff to, which will basically be potions. And then if you want to get even more gold, you can get this perk here called Fence, which means that every single merchant that you have invested money into will also buy stolen goods. Fences will naturally pop up if you do a fair chunk of the Thieves Guild quest. We haven't really engaged with the Thieves Guild quest at all in this playthrough. But if you like stealing things and if you wanted to find people to sell items to, you would join the Thieves Guild, and there are fences in the Thieves Guild, and if you get that particular perk, then that effectively converts any merchant that you've invested into a fence, which is nice. Before we go to the alchemy place, let's check the clothing shop, because this place usually has things like Fortify Health Regen and Fortify Stamina equipment added, because that sort of thing is often on jewelry. So
Breeches, gowns, clothes for any occasion, really.
let's check your supply of stuff. Nothing on a circlet. Nothing on the robes. Nothing on the necklace. Ring of 2 Magicka regeneration rings and no health regeneration ring. Sad. Oh, anyway.
Thank you for your patronage.
We tried. There we go. Next.
Spare some gold for a veteran?
It's good to see. Take a look.
Blue butterfly wing. Couple of hag raven claws. I'll just buy everything, because why not? Maybe there's an off chance we'll use some of this stuff later on. But no Spriggan Sap. That's okay. And in return, you can have one of my...
Take a look.
You can have one of my cool invisibility potions that do other things that are not very useful, like drain your own magicka and stuff.
Don't forget me.
Alchemy logic in Skyrim, yeah. Right, then we'll meander on up to the smith, see what he's got.
Feel free to make requests.
That's not what I wanted to do. Hi.
There's no end to the need. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Restoration, brawn. No, that's just carrying capacity. Invigoration, stamina regen. We technically don't have that, so why not? We'll get it. But what we really need is flat stamina and health regen. And for your troubles, you can have my Fortify Health Potion that's way too fucking expensive. Thanks, man. Alright, and now we go to Markarth.
Need arms or armor.
Yep.
Never rest.
One of these buttons is fast travel. There we go. And we'll check the smith at Markarth as well as Calcimo. Calcimo, of course, the ivory tower academic that never sleeps, will be busy staring at a wall at 3 AM in the morning, so let's go and check that out. I'm pretty sure Calcimo just doesn't sleep.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew.
And neither does his nephew.
Skyrim still. Take a look.
Damn. No, I guess not. Yeah, okay. He doesn't actually sell, doesn't sell apparel. Rip. Oh!
You'd think an
No,
apprentice
you don't.
could
You shop
forge a
over.
few
Damn.
games
Alright, that's the smith. We're going to go down here and wait for 8 hours. So yeah, we mostly demonstrated what the recommended late game item sets can do, and now we're sort of just winding down with trying to buy some extra ingredients for Fortify enchanting potions, because we're going to need more of those to make our items going forward. And also we're on the lookout for Fortify Stamina and Fortify Health regen enchanted effects, because we need them for the follower set and also for the dumb game breaking set respectively. Hag Raven Claw. No Spriggan Sap though. You can have that. I'm not going to use that. if I am going to use that, I can always just make another one. It's even better than that. Alright. That's the smith. So we'll go check out the smith once she arrives, which is hopefully soon. There we go. Thanks. Thank you, smith lady. Alright, you have
Protect yourself or deal some damage.
stamina. That's what we want, and then we need something with health regen on it, which you don't appear to have. Oh well. What can I sell you? Deadly paralysis poison, elixir of vigor, and then one of these invis potions. There we go. 2 gold discount. Enjoy. And now I'm officially carrying too much because I bought a tiny pair of glass boots. Because I'm wearing a different set. So the Hitman set doesn't have fortify carrying capacity on it, whereas the Hellfire set has a little bit of fortify carrying capacity on it. Yeah, that's right. Okay, alright. So we'll leave this set on for now, and we'll head off to Riften.
Never done an honest day.
No, I don't want to talk to you, Brynjolf. Alright,
Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
health regen? No. Alright.
If you need any more smithing work, come see me again.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
You here for lessons?
This place has seen better days. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Alright. Hag Ravenclaw. Yep, sweet. Spriggan Sap. No, no. And you can have one of these. Thanks.
Don't forget us if you need supplies for your journey.
Alright, and then next we head to Windhelm. And that's a dragon. Alright, we get to take on a dragon with a new funky set. We will begin by summoning our little zappy friends. I won't be able to move very quickly if I equip the Hitman set, which is a little bit sad. But we will make do. Hopefully our dragon friend will land soon enough and won't be a bitch to shoot at. Let's pray for that, eh? Come on. Hey. You know what I can do actually? Let's do some more archery damage, shall we? Let's go over to archery. Which is all the way over here. And grab this guy. Thanks. And you know what we can do? We can grab all the others because we have the perks to do so. So now we can grab this, do a bit of extra damage. Not going to bother getting more than that though. That's insignificant. With this, it means we can now run around moving the bow a lot quicker. So now we can actually run while using a bow. This I usually get the left-hand side of the tree, before I get the right-hand side of the archery tree, because the left-hand side actually affects damage a lot more. This mainly affects mobility with a bow, and you don't really need to be able to run while using a bow if your targets tend to not be focusing you and they tend not to be moving around much. But I would wish this guy would stop firing, floating around. Here we go. Yeah, Windhelm is a bit of an annoying city to fight a dragon. There's way too many tall buildings for the dragon to hide behind. Anyway, at this rate, the frickin' merchant won't be open by the time... Yeah, it won't be. So there's actually no point coming here, because now by the time this fucking thing's dead, the alchemy place is going to be shut. But at least we'll get some more bones in the event that it fucking stops flying around. Alright, that's encouraging. Where have you gone now? I just hope it doesn't kill any of the merchants, because a lot of the merchants in towns are not essential NPCs, so they tend to die in dragon attacks and you just never see them again. It's really sad. Come on, mate, just fucking land. There we go. Alright. Of course, now it's going to take off straight away. Okay, we are going to blitz switch to Hitman to do as much damage as we can. Because we want this fucker to sit down. One more, and there we go. We're crash landing now. But we won't be able to reach it unless we can carry... Ah! That fortifies archery anyway, so happy days. I can just keep these gloves on. Alright, let's run. Where have you gone? I don't know where the hell it's gone. Busy killing all the townsfolk and I'm not there to help. Hi. Oh. So it killed the guard, but then it also died. Bye, guard. Cool, well that was arguably pointless. Where's Lydia? She needs to carry some stuff. Yoo-hoo, pack mule. There you are. Alright, what can you carry? You can carry... some chitin plate. Yep, some dragon bones and scales. You can carry my 42 grand soul gems because I'm not using them at the moment. And you can carry... What else is weighing me down at the moment? There's something weighing me down other than ingredients. It's staring me in the face. You can carry the blood skull, and there we go, all these weapons. Dwarven sword, elven dagger, hunting bow, steel greatsword. Maybe that's just it. Maybe it's just ingredients. Could be. Another random shit. Alright, let's go to the college because we need to... We need to buy a better restoration spell. And we should technically get adept restoration as well. We can kind of splash out on any sort of perk we have available at this stage of the game, because if we ever need more, we can just power level the crap out of Alteration again. So yeah, let's just get Adept, and then we'll go and get Close Wounds and Heal Other, and then upgrade our Quick Bar. So I mentioned also way back when that Apprentice Restoration spells are enough for you to get by up until the late game. It is now the late game, and so we can afford to splash out on Adept level spells.
I'm quite aware of what's spells and incantations for those with a talent.
Alright, so we want Close Wounds and Heal Other, and if you have any Grand Soul Gems, we'll just buy them for good measure. And in return, let me sell you all of my random shit that I didn't mean to pick up. So Amethyst's Black, Embalming Tool, Ruined Books, Sapphire, should have given Mesh Leather to Lydia, Detect Life, and actually, okay, we'll go downstairs and learn some destruction spells too. We'll keep those books, sell that, sell those, sell all these. And then I guess one random potion to top it off, and then we're fine. Let's go with that random potion. Sweet.
Until next time.
It's freed up a bit of weight. Alright, so destruction spells. What can we get?
You wish to master the arcane arts.
We can get Firebolt and Lightning Bolt, and we sold Ice Spike, but we're going to buy it again because it's fun. And then that's our... Can sell that, we can sell that. We can put all of our... Actually, we should put our other stuff back at home. That's the thing we need to disenchant. We can sell that. Oh, you can't buy it. Whatever. Have it at a discount.
It's been a pleasure.
On the house. And then we go upstairs and disenchant those boots before we forget. Actually, I wonder if these guys sell health regeneration jewelry. Because it is a jewelry effect. And these guys do sell jewelry, so maybe it would be worth checking their inventories for jewelry. Which is not something I typically do, but it might be worth having a squiz. Sometimes they sell jewelry, not all the time, but sometimes. And then we can learn all these things, so... And then we can go to our Restoration Quick Bar and say goodbye to Fast Healing and Healing Hands, and hello to Heal Other and to Close Wounds, which are the new and improved versions. So I got Close Wounds and Heal Other. That should be 8 and 3. Will still be Dremora Lord. Sweet.
And to think, Mirror, take a look.
Nah. Alright, maybe not. Okay. Back to Dawnstar. Do-do. And around the loop we go. And then hopefully... What do you want?
Hi there.
Hi. Just carrying a pot of soup randomly.
Hi there.
Hey, we get to fight another dragon, because why not? Alright. Maybe we can have a go of some destruction spells against a dragon. They won't do much damage yet, but can always give them a go, eh? And we'll go with Lightning Bolt as our destruction spell of choice, and we'll make you 6 because you are the easiest to hit moving targets with. And it may well be that this dragon actually just pisses off and flies into the distance. It's one of those dragon encounters. Alright, not complaining. Next. Yeah, very occasionally a dragon will show up and then just like fly off for no apparent reason. And that was one of those times.
Jürgen and I both work hard. I don't get many customers, but that leaves me... Take a look.
And not a single fortifying chanting ingredient. Rip. Oh, I should have disenchanted that too. And that. Maybe I couldn't, actually. I didn't see them as options to disenchant at the altar. Let's go check. There's an altar in here. Much like in Dawnstar, there is an altar in the Earl's Hall. Or there should be. Anyway, maybe it's over here this time. Nope. Or I could be completely wrong and there's no enchanting altar. I swear there was one in here. Maybe it's in here? Nah. Maybe he doesn't have an enchanting altar. Yeah. No enchanting altar or Malthal. At least not in here anyway. Well, today I learned. Next place.
Let's see if we can't find an outfit that suits
Health,
you.
regen, or stamina. Any luck? Nope. We have so many necklaces it's not funny, and none of them are useful. And then rings, we have bugger all. Alright, next.
Finally.
Who would have thought health regen and stamina, or health regen now, we've got stamina, I guess we don't need stamina anymore, but health regen would be such a difficult effect to find.
It's good to see. So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Sweet, blue butterfly wing. Still have not seen a single Spriggan sap though. Yeah, it's a pity. So snowberries are really common, and after that you're left with not very common ingredients. Maybe if we're lucky, we could go wandering in the fields around Whiterun and find some blue butterflies, and maybe we could make some fortifying enchanting potions that way. Maybe that'd be more effective than trying to farm them off of alchemy merchants, but yeah. Anyway, off to Markarth. This is the game just paying us back for finding the banished Daedra weapon so quickly. This is karma coming to bite us in the butt, making it so difficult to find such a common enchanted effect. Because health regeneration items are not they're not a very high level thing. You can find them from quite early on. We just have not lucked out at the moment in finding one. And you can have that one, sure.
Now, you let me know if you need a cure.
Alright, and then we'll check the smith. We'll be making her way down from the keep, which means she'll take a bit to get here. And then when she does get here, we can check her things. Assuming she just like plonks her ass into place. No, or not. Or she can take her sweet ass time. There we go.
You'd think an apprentice could
And then her freaking inventory doesn't work. So I've got to wait for her to wander around to something approximating a workbench, and then her shop will open.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Ooh! No, that's flat health. We've got flat health. I think. We just don't have health regen. Damn. Next.
Let me.
Sorry, just thinking about my experiments.
Where's my... So you're interested in my potions and ingredients?
Don't know why she's ever at the desk when she never has a shop. Guess it makes her feel important, eh? Bye.
My husband Bercy will be the death of me. He spends
Come
too
to
much
see
time
Balamon
learning about
perform
him.
miracles. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Health, but that's flat. Nope.
If you need any more
Check the light armor merchant. She might have some enchanted. Oh yeah, and you know how we like murdered these cultists? Yeah, they're like permanent dead bodies, so they just like stay here forever and never go away. That happened.
You gonna buy some? Just what you see here.
Damn.
Come back when you're ready to spend more.
Worth a shot. Alright. Here we go to Windhelm. Hopefully get there before all the shops shut. We might be a bit late actually. Everything shuts. Yeah, it's 9 PM. We're way too late. Alright, Dawnstar it is. Next. Yeah, I think in hindsight I won't bother to amend the trading route to include Windhelm. People can discover that one on their own. I was going to amend the putting the alchemy trading route in the, or putting Windhelm into the alchemy trading route, because technically there's an alchemist there, but it's a bit of a fine line if you do things like wait around for merchants and stuff. Ooh, you're open. That's nice.
The mortar and pestle makes potions, if you can't tell from the name. No, I don't have anything. Ah, so you're an alchemist then.
And let me guess, you don't sell a single ingredient. Oh, you sell Spriggan Sap. There we go. First alchemist thus far to sell Spriggan Sap. Thank you, lady. You can have this cool invisibility potion. Thanks.
Let me know if you come down with the rattle.
Then to Morthal. Actually, we'll check the Smith. Check the Smith. Fortify health regen items.
God, I'm so tired. Take a look.
Nah.
We forge every day.
Next. Dirty, dirty, do. So at this point we spent maybe like half an hour running around between shops looking for Fortify Alchemy ingredients. There's a little bit of this in this game, unfortunately, if you want to make, 50 late game enchanted items, and you want to make them one at a time and rename them. Unfortunately, you got to hoard this stuff. But if you are playing this game for multiple tens or even hundreds of hours in the same playthrough, then half an hour between merchants is just a walk in the park, right?
Why, hello. Here to buy? If you have to ask.
Yeah, I am. I wanted to talk to you, but I guess you don't have a shop. Next.
Clothes and raiment for the discerning customer.
Yep, you know what I'm discerning? That I want a health regeneration item, and that you fucking never own one. Here we go. You've got everything that isn't health regen. Oh! No. Major health, but it's not health regen. It's like rejuvenation or something. That's basically what we're looking for.
Finally.
Something like that.
It's good to see a friend. Take a look.
I think what we might do after we finish this loop is we might actually just check the surrounds of Whiterun for blue butterfly wings. We might have more luck there than what we're currently experiencing running around here. And
seems there's no end.
Yeah.
Take a look.
Hopefully we run into a health regeneration item sooner or later, because I'm getting sick of that too. Alright, and off to Markov. Alright, and then I'm just going to pause this for a sec. Okay, and we're back once again through the magic of editing. We are just buying some alchemy ingredients because we want to make some fortified enchanted potions. And we've been doing this for long enough, to be honest. So what we might do is buy one more batch from this lady, and then we'll check the smithing lady, and then we'll go home and check to see what our stock of fortified enchanting ingredients is. And then we'll leave it there for this video. And then what we might do next time is, if we need more fortified enchanting ingredients, we'll go explicitly looking for them. If we happen to need more, and also we'll see if we can complete the served cold quest, which is what is required to get Severn Manor in Solstheim, if you are interested in doing that in your playthrough. But for now, one more thing, check the smith, and then we'll go home. Right.
I'm Groyce's assistant. I helped you before.
Your master is not a very hard-working person. There we go. Alright.
Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs.
Nothing in the way of health regen. Alright. Back to Whiterun to check our ingredient stock.
I mean,
There's a nip in the air. Cold won't be good for my crops.
Alright, so yeah, at the very least, hopefully in this video, we managed to demonstrate the power of our late game enchanted items and our recommended set, and this is without us having leveled our skills very far. We probably won't go to the length of, you know, grinding every single skill that our enchanted sets use in this particular video. We're certainly not going to grind two-handed or one-handed to 100. If we manage to get archery to 94 by the end of this little playthrough, then we can go to a special spot where you can level archery 6 points by the very end. But other than that, probably keep all of our skills down. We've demonstrated that we can reach the max armor rating with very little investment in light armor this video. We managed to get light armor to 30 and then get custom fit, and that was on the way to getting unhindered, which we're going to select to lower our carry weight and our light armor, and that is enough to max out your armor rating for light armor. Cool. And so what we'll do is we'll just do a bit of admin. We'll make sure we'll collect our gems off of. We're going to put all of our crafting equipment back for now, and we'll explicitly get all of it out to make our optional late game crafting sets when the time comes. You can have your sword back. I'll grab everything else. Cool.
You lead, I'll follow.
Okay, and again, still, at this stage of the game, all you really need to give Lydia, if you're not giving her a full set of enchanted gear, is a weapon and a helmet. And so we've given her a souped-up weapon and a dinky little helmet, and that's all she really needs. Chitin plate and netch leather can also go inside. We can technically... We can use these to recharge our weapon. So now we can actually... How do you recharge a weapon, he asks. You hold down T, and then you use gems one at a time. T, gem. T, gem. There we go, recharge bow. So yeah, if you use your bow alongside the Hitman set, you can use your gems that you randomly find now to recharge your weapon. And up to this point we've really just saved all of our soul gems, not so much to recharge stuff, but to make stuff. There's probably some potions actually we could go out of our way to make that we didn't make from the revealed ingredient list, but we won't bother for this playthrough. Hypothetically, you could do that on your playthrough if you want to, but we don't need to. Oh, there we go. I discovered restore stamina from powdered mammoth tusk, which I didn't mean to eat at all. Cool. Alright. So, we have currently, in the way of fortifying chatting ingredients, 2 blue butterfly wings. We have 12 hag-raven claws, so that's 14. We have 2 spriggan sap, so that's 16, and then we have a lot of snowberries. So we have enough potions here for 16 enchanted items, or 16 fortifying enchanting potions. So what we might do, actually, just to demonstrate what they are, we might not even bother to rename them. We might just use those to make our other enchanted item sets, but just not rename them, just to demonstrate what they do. We could do that, I guess, to save time, because otherwise I'm just going to be running around that silly little loop looking for ingredients for the next, you know, hour of playtime. We've already spent way too much of this playtime running around playing Merchant Simulator. So yeah, maybe that'll make things a bit more interesting. Yeah. What we'll do now is we'll go back to Solstheim in preparation for what we'll do next playthrough, which is to run through the Served Cold quest.
If you're looking for passage, talk to Captain Geller.
Cool. Alright, and we'll save here. And we'll leave it at that. So, thank you very much, guys, and I hope that you all have a great day.
If you're looking for passage...